Hi, I'm Darnell Holloway.
And I'm Morgan Remmers, and we're from the Business Outreach team at Yelp.
And today we're excited to talk to you about Yelp for business owners, as well as to address some common myths about online reviews. And first we'll start off by talking about Yelp's mission,
which is to connect people with great local businesses like you.
Yelp is a relatively young company. We were founded in 2004 by Jeremy Stoppelman and Russell Simmons as a city guide for San Francisco. As an aside, in case you're wondering, that's Russell Simmons, the PayPal engineer, not Russell Simmons from Run DMC. Nonetheless, if you fast forward a few years, millions of consumers around the world are now turning to Yelp to look up information on great local businesses just like yours. And one of the reasons for that is because we have millions of great, rich local reviews on the site.
In addition to the desktop users, we also have millions of people turning to our Yelp mobile application to find and access information on the go. One thing that's really interesting and fun to point out is that every second a consumer is generating directions or calling a business from the Yelp mobile application.
And according to a recent Nielsen survey, a majority of consumers turn to Yelp when they're preparing to spend money at a local business.
Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about some common misconceptions about online reviews in general. The first myth that we'll want to debunk is that reviewers are all anonymous.
If somebody's going to leave a review on Yelp, they have to create a profile to do so. Here's an example of a Yelp user's profile. As you can see, there's a lot of information about this person, including a photo. You can see who they're friends with, you can see the businesses that they've reviewed, and you can also see their distribution of reviews, which is a good segue into misconception number 2. Consumers
are more likely to share negative experiences online. When it comes to Yelp, approximately 80% of the reviews on our site are 3-star and above, meaning that generally speaking, consumers want to share their okay to excellent experiences that they've had with a business with the community at large.
It's also important to keep in mind that as a business owner, you are very likely looking at your review content differently than consumers. What we mean by that is that business owners tend to know their negative reviews by heart. Do not look at reviews in this way, because consumers are looking at overall trends. They're looking at what the majority of people are saying about a business, and they're using that information to make a buying decision. It's also important to keep in mind that if you do have a few negative reviews, it's not the end of the world. The reason for that is that it's impossible to please 100% of the people that you deal with 100% of the time, and our audience of consumers is very well aware of that fact. Another common misconception about Yelp in particular is that business owners can't communicate with their reviewers. In fact, business owners have 2 options on Yelp. They can respond either privately or publicly to their reviews.
Private messaging is perfect for the instances when you've got a positive review that somebody has left for your business. It's a great way to just send a quick note to say thank you for taking the time to write something for me. It's also a really good tool to use in that first interaction when you've had a negative review written about you, and figuring out what may have transpired in the interaction that that consumer had at your business.
A public comment is displayed directly beneath the review for everyone to see. With that in mind, you always want to make sure that you're responding to your reviews in a diplomatic fashion. Think about what your customer service policies are for face-to-face interactions and apply that same logic to written responses.
To access these 2 messaging tools, you'll want to start by logging into your business owner's account. Go ahead and click on that red Create Your Free Account Now button in the middle of the page, and going forward you can log in on the right-hand side of the screen. From there you'll be able to access those 2 messaging tools we just touched on, in addition to a suite of free tools to optimize your business listing and attract new customers to your business.
Upon logging into your business owner's account, you'll be presented with this user views graph, which tells you how much traffic you're getting on Yelp. Another important graph to pay attention to is your customer leads. These are important engagement data points that allow you to understand the impact that your Yelp listing is having on your business.
Let's go ahead and optimize your business listing now. By accessing the suite of free tools available in your business owner's account, you'll be able to take your business listing from something that looks like this, pretty bare bones, to something that looks like this.
Starting up at the top, this listing has a ton of great photos. We did a study looking at the impact of photos on Yelp listings, and what we found is that if a business has photos on their page, Yelp users are likely to spend 2.5 times as much time on those listings versus listings without photos.
Just a little bit further down on the page, you'll see that you have the ability to access and upload several different pieces of information about your business. Everything from your hours to credit card acceptance to wheelchair accessibility are all things that consumers want to know about when they're figuring out what business to go with and who fits their needs.
You can also post a Yelp deal and gift certificate on your page as well. A Yelp deal is a discounted certificate that people can buy directly from your Yelp listing, as well as mobile, and a gift certificate is a full value dollar-for-dollar certificate that people can also buy from your Yelp listing.
And in addition to the user-generated content on your page, those reviews that you get over time, you can also upload and add up to 3,000 characters of information about what your business specializes in, the history of your business, and also a biography about you or the general manager that'll be running the page on Yelp specifically. All of these things help consumers make a buying decision and really is a great way for you to put your best foot forward on Yelp.
And last but not least, you have the ability to recommend up to 5 businesses at the bottom of your Yelp listing. If you have multiple locations, this is a good way to cross-promote your other stores. And if you just have a relationship with another business that you'd like to recommend, you also have the option of doing that here.
After you've optimized your business listing on Yelp, be sure to check out our Business Support Center. Here you'll be able to access our blog for business owners, our webinar and videos, as well as how to respond to reviews and other tips and tricks with regards to optimizing your business listing.
Beyond that, here are some additional resources. We'd especially like to call out how you can get in touch with our user support team. You can do this by going to yelp.com/contact. Thank you, and we'll see you on Yelp.